AITA for saying my brother's stepdaughter is not gorgeous? My brother and SIL have two daughter F14 Bria that is his and F16 Leah that is hers. The problem is my Sil. Every time someone compliments Bria we must also compliment Leah, otherwise she will get mad. For example, if I tell Bria that she is very talented in something, Sil will interrupt me and say, "But isn't Leah also very talented?" It's annoying. I can't say a single word to my niece unless I say it to Leah too. A few days ago we were at their home and the girls were getting ready to go to a party. Bria was looking absolutely gorgeous, so I told her, "OMG Bria, you look gorgeous." Sil interrupted me again and said, "But isn't Leah very gorgeous?" Quote. I finally snapped and said, "No, she is not." She looked at me shocked and said, "What the hell is wrong with you to say that?" I told her I didn't want to say that, but since she wanted to know I answered truthfully. If she thinks her daughter is gorgeous then she should tell her, but she can't expect people to compliment her. Now she thinks I'm an asshole. Esh. She's annoying. You were cruel. You should have said, "Of course both girls are beautiful. But it's not a competition and I don't have to compliment everyone each time. It's ridiculous." YTA. You told a 16-year-old girl that she's not gorgeous after complimenting her sister? That's horrible. Imagine how she must feel hearing that. Especially as a 16-year-old girl. You're absolutely the asshole. YTA. What kind of issue do you have with Leah? Maybe Sil is too much. But I am wondering why she is doing that. Your post make it seem like you favor the other niece very blatantly, and maybe that's why Sil is overcorrecting? And even if not, you seem to be a grown-up who insulted a young teenager in a cruel way. BC you were annoyed with their also grown-up parent. That's just ridiculous. YTA. You don't like how your Sil acts? That's fine. You don't want to adhere to what she tells you to do. Fine. But you should not have done it right in front of the children. You could as well have stayed silent and pretend like you didn't hear what your Sil said. And talked to her privately after this. But telling a pair of sisters one of them is beautiful and the other is not is just a massive jerk move. For God's sake, they are children. Especially since they haven't done anything wrong. You have a personal grudge against the parent. Which is fine. But you should not have taken your anger out on the child. Edit. I assumed Leah is around since Op was talking to Bria. If one of the sisters is there I assumed the other is close by. Especially how the Sil pressed Op. Also I can see why the Sil acts that way since Op clearly has favoritism. So the Sil is probably fed up that one of her daughters is being ignored constantly. YTA. Listen. I can understand your frustration, but you snapped the wrong way and likely deeply hurt the feelings of a child. You're an adult. If you have an issue, take it up with the adult. You have an issue with your Sil, so you go after her daughter? Impeccable logic. YTA. YTA. Do you ever compliment Leah independently? Do you ever bother to remark on her talents and achievements? Because this post reeks of favoritism. Also, even if Leah didn't look good in the dress, there's this thing called being tactful, also known as a white lie. Because you're a massive asshole for insulting a teenaged girl based on her looks. Was the girl present? Then YTA. I understand your Sil is tiresome. But take it up with her privately. Don't make a 16-year-old insecure. If Leah was there, YTA. It's not her fault and you directly insulted her. Believe me, they'll remember it probably forever. If not, NTA, I guess. But you should still learn how to have an adult conversation about annoyances and such before innocent people get hurt. Also, referring to a teenage kid as absolutely gorgeous is a bit strange, but that's neither here nor there. YTA. You didn't like what the mother was doing. Fair enough. But your impulse was to be insulting, not towards her, but towards a teenage girl. Making rude comments about her appearance. That is probably going to stick with the poor girl, and you most definitely are the asshole in this situation. Your issue is with Sil, not with Leah, so there was no need for you to insult Leah, which is what you inadvertently did. Which is why Ash, and you more so, because you basically insulted a teen girl to her face. If she was there, which I assume she was. Sil sucks. Yes. But you went after Leah's appearance instead of actually diverting your anger at the person annoying you. Which is why you suck. Instead of going, Leah isn't gorgeous. You should have gone after her behavior. Sil. I called Bria pretty. You don't need to go to war every time is acknowledged by someone. She exists separate from Leah. I never hesitate to compliment Leah separately, so why must you belittle Bria every time anyone is nice to her by trying to make Leah the main character? You're favoring Leah and pitting the girls against each other, and I am not going to encourage that kind of behavior. ETA. Your Sil shouldn't be putting words in people's mouths. And to make people compliment her daughter right in front of her will give the poor girl a complex. However, if you have a problem with your Sil, speak to her in private. You don't announce right in front of this poor girl she doesn't look good. You are a horrible, nasty person. Do you ever compliment Leah without being asked to? YTA. Sounds like your Sil is calling you out for treating the girls massively differently. Grown adults shouldn't have to be reminded not to play favorites. YTA. You made a child the innocent victim of your dislike of your Sil. Instead of being an adult and talking to your Sil, definitely the asshole. YTA. And I really don't understand how you don't see that too. You, an adult, told a teenager she doesn't look gorgeous just to spite your Sil. The fact that you think it's a completely fine thing to say, because it's true, makes you seem very cruel. And it definitely makes you look like you favor Bria. Do you ever compliment Leah the way you compliment Bria? If you already know you don't. That is exactly the reason why your Sil is being a bit of a pain about making sure they both get treated equally. Notice how you made a point out of telling us how Bria is your brothers and Leah isn't. Ever wonder if that makes Leah feel like an outsider? Info. Do you ever just compliment Leah? Sounds a lot like you favor Bria because she is your brother's daughter and Sil sees through it, and you proved her right with your comments even though her nagging may be annoying. YTA. I think you could have had a conversation with your Sil about how annoying this is getting, and that you don't have to compliment both each time. If Leah was present during this conversation, this can have a negative impact on her self-esteem, and insulting the daughter to attack the mother isn't a wise choice. It could have been handled in a more mature, civil way. A conversation between you and the mother. I suggest you apologize to Leah and reassure her that you do believe she's beautiful, and explain yourself. And have a conversation with her mother as well. Lol, who cares? This nonsense basically ended with you calling a 16-year-old girl at the peak of insecurity ugly. YTA. Much bigger problems out there in the world. YTA bro. Your Sil is hinting that Leah most likely has some issues and feels hurt to be left out. It doesn't need to be logical. It's how this child feels, and I am sure she needs some positive comments from other adults in her life. She is part of your family now. Take the hint. Be more compassionate. There was no reason at all to say, no, she is not.
If you enjoyed this video, Please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.